line and to seal a 4-3 success. Dribble 16 gives itself another dart at tops to win it, and it's another dart at tops that goes a begging for the match.
Require 40.
That shake of the head tells you that he believes Adams is now going to beat him. And he can with a break of throw and 40 more points.
Double 10 to get over the line. And it is Adams who picks up the first win of Group C. The player who was the outsider with the bookies is beaten the odds-on favourite Scott Campbell. The first shock of the group comes in the first game of the group, and it comes with Simon Adams beating Scott Campbell by 4 legs to 3. That's how the game panned out from a statistical viewpoint. Coming up next, Jame, Atkins and Moreno, Blom.
Result we've seen here this week. You know how it goes? It goes, hey, yeah. What's going on? You might think, what's got into this guy? Why is he bringing that up?
I'm wondering what's going on.
Well, what is going on in this game is that we've now seen
99.
Jame Atkins get his first 180, but imagine if Marino had won this by 3 legs. It would have been 4-1 Blom.
100.
Moreno wants 127 to take us all the way to a deciding leg.
99.
It's very good.
Jame, you require 128.
This would be better. Does he stay?
88.
He might not get a chance to win 4-2. He was on the walk on that one.
Jame, you require
And now he
40.
offers a freebie to Atkins to win by 2 legs.
To finally get over the line. He's now had match darts in 3 legs in this match. Double 10. Finally goes, and Jame Atkins finally gets over the line. He beats Moreno Blom by 4 legs to 2. From 3-0 down, Moreno made a match of it, brought it back to 3-2, but it was Atkins who got over the finishing line in the end. Solid performance, decent enough game. 85.44, 4 from 11 on the doubles. For Moreno, the scoring was okay, but it was 9 missed darts at a double. That was his undoing. Coming up next, Martin Grayson against Thomas Banks. Right.
Martin, you require 120.
I just like saying his name. Pookie.
Well, Grayson's having a poke at the 120. They're going to climb the ladder. Tops is what he wants. Tops is what he gets, so that's some way to start for Martin Grayson. And he has ton toppers like that in his locker
This year. And he's bettered the previous personal best by 6 points.
108.
Well, this is decent for Banks as well. But when you look at Gary Anderson's performance this year, he's had 8 averages of above 110 across all competitions. But the maxis are beginning to fly in here. Really are beginning to fly in.
180.
Somebody get Jack Garwood a Strepsil. He might need one in a second. Thomas Banks. If he finds the 141, it'll be the 4th 9-darter of the year.
132.
Come on,
Thomas, you
Thomas.
require 141.
You know you want to. Now he has to focus.
90.
Because there's a risk you might lose the leg.
Martin,
Because
you require
Grayson's already taken out a 120,
129.
and in the previous leg, missed tops of the 109. The 129 is what he's aiming at now. May just be a poke at the bull. And it is going to be a poke at the bull. He almost got the bull.
95. Thomas, you require
That would have been
51.
an impeccable leg. Well, it's going to be 17. Leaves double 17? Well, that may be the weirdest 12-darter you've ever seen.
And so Banks has had to wait in the background and hope for a miss from his opponent. That came. And now when match darts come for him, he pins the double 10 to squeeze over the line in a high-quality contest. Both players threatened the 9 at one point in the contest. Banks went 7 in, Grayson went 6 in, but it is in leg 7 where Banks picks the points up. A high-quality affair Grayson losing despite an average in excess of 96 and 33% on the doubles. He kickstart with the 120 out, but it's Banks who prevails. Coming up next, Adams and Atkins.
Attribute to have in this sport. He's going to get company in the finishing zone now. That's a brilliant visit.
140. Jame, you require 112.
Forcing Atkins to take out this 112. Jame was in control of this leg, but he's let it slip. One dart at tops.
92.
Cannot rescue the situation.
And
so Adams comes back for 77 for the break-in 3-1.
And his finishing's been pretty decent. 2 hits from 6. If it's just a tiny bit more polished, he can have a 3-1 lead. And that's what he gets.
Flag, Simon Adams. 100.
Back into a contest which he originally
32.
had full control of, but he let go by. 2 from 7 on the doubles makes that
flag,
3 from 8. And now we're back level at 3 apiece. And somebody's O's got to go.
Atkins needed to break in this last leg. First, he needs to leave the double, which he does. And he gets rid of it at the first time of asking this time. So we have 4 players on 2 points going into match number 5. Jame Atkins is off the mark, and the Saint is going to have to settle for 2 points from his first couple of runs of action. This is what we've just seen. It was a bit of a scruffy affair, but we have seen Adams predominantly in the 70s here this week. Atkins with a tidy performance, let's put it that way. So when we go forward to match number 5, it's Banks against Campbell. Material engineers.
Well, Scott Campbell's looking to engineer a comeback here, but that maxi from Banks has possibly put some doubt into that, although he is going to get first poke of the 90. Maybe a dart at the ball, but that first dart's gaping for trouble to find. It bent the wire with dart 2. And so Banks will not come back because Campbell's pinned the ball. There it goes. And so Banks will get another chance to win this game. 2 in his hand at double 8. And the chance is taken, and it's 2 wins from 2 for Thomas Banks, who is playing the darts of the group so far. Average of 92.5, 4 from 9 on the doubles. He is putting down a real statement to the rest of the field. As for Scott Campbell, the group favourite, well, he's 2 defeats from 2. That's the tail of the tape. We're off for a break. It's Blom Grayson now.
Moreno, you require 110
for Blom to double his lead. He's going to get a dart in his hand, a double 16, pins a double 16 for the 110 and for a 2-0 lead. The 12. Every single player, by the way, Marino Blom was the only one not to be involved in the last leg decider. He is now, and he is on the cusp of winning if he could pin double 12.
60. Moreno, you require 24.
And he wins the match with a 13-dart leg for the second time today. Grayson loses in leg 7 to the brilliance of his opponent. He hasn't really done much wrong. He fought valiantly in that one, but he doesn't do enough to get his first 2 points. And he's in 5th position on 0 with Scott Campbell. And now Blom does go to 4th position alongside Adams on 2 points. That's what you've just seen. A very decent match, in fact, with both averages in the high 80s. But when we come back, now that 2 rounds are in the bank, we are going to see Banks up against Adams next.
Also, this is where I also have a bit of a niggling issue with the way the odds compilers pulled it up. So Banks finished 4th, Blom finished 5th, and Banks had the better numbers in group play than Moreno Blom, but they still put Moreno in a 13-2 compared to the 15-2 of Banks.
He's now had 6 maximums today.
135.
And this is leg 2 of his 3rd game. Here he goes again.
180.
He's going to be the maximum king of the week. I don't see anybody getting any more than him. And I think even Simon Adams is enjoying seeing this.
He's on a 10-darter here, is Thomas Banks. Average creeping just under 99. This is
44.
Elite level stuff here from Thomas Banks. Can he just shuffle across? Yes, he can. 11 darter for Thomas Banks to level up at 1 apiece.
He sees a number and he thinks, is there a treble on the board that I can hit 3 times to leave a double? And hit. That's exactly what he was trying to do there. He was trying 162 to leave 24. Double 15.
Game
Very
shot
nice.
of 4 flag, Simon Adams.
And now he's added a laugh. Not the easiest double to convert. He is going to get a shot at double 2, and Banks can't watch.
Game shot. And
Now
the
he
match,
knows what's happened.
Simon Adams.
And for the week, they are 2 games apiece. Atkins back to see if there's more meat on the bone in this game. Grayson can't believe it. At least he's coming back.
Martin, you
For
require
match start
8.
7.
It's 7 heaven for Martin. Double 2. And eventually Grayson gets it done.
Grayson.
He gets the better of Jame Atkins by 4 legs to 1. Well, he missed a plethora of match darts, which dragged his average down, but overall a really good performance, and eventually he gets a win that, the way he's been playing today, has been overdue. That's how the game went statistically. Up next, Campbell and Blom.
Marino,
Marino's got to keep it all in check, and well, that's actually a lucky dart. Finds a double 14. I'll tell you what, credit goes where credit's due there, because there could have been a possibility of a Blom combustion. But he's back in this game. Level we are at 2-2.
Game on.
And so Moreno Blom for his second win from 3. Double 6 is what he wants. Double 6 is what he gets. And Moreno Blom gets over the line against Scott Campbell in a last leg decider. There was a couple of technical issues in the middle of the game. Moreno looked as if at times it was getting a little bit frustrated, but he kept his cool when it mattered the most, and he gets over the line in a last leg decider, explaining the situation with Jack Garber to himself. Just tried to tell him what exactly did happen there. Well, what did happen is Moreno Blom got the better of Scott Campbell 4-3. And coming up next is Thomas Banks against Jame Atkins. 2. But there is pressure now on Atkins' shoulders. And ironically, Banks should be good at double 15.
He might not get a look at it, though. 4-3 might not happen after all.
Thomas, you require
Let's find
30.
out how good he is at double 15.
Game
Very
shot
good.
and the match,
He says
Thomas
get in,
Banks.
because he knows how hard he had to work for that win. He gets the better of Jame Atkins by 4 legs to 2. It moves Thomas Banks to the top of the table. Have a good performance from the Bulldog. 4-2 the score. After the break, Moreno Blom up against Simon Adams.
Double 6.
Game shot on his
how
second
good was
leg,
that?
Simon Adams.
17 darter, but it felt better than that. But
Simon, you require
make no
85.
mistake, Moreno Blom is sick of the sight of him right now, because he's about to take, potentially, another 2 points off him.
Continuing to pile pain on the Dutchman, is the
shot
same.
and
And Simon
Adams.
Adams moves on to 6 points in the group. He beats Moreno Blom by 4 legs to 3, who really does cut a dejected figure. As for Simon Adams, well, he is in pole position. He is on 6 points. And he could well have taken a big stride towards qualifying for Saturday night's final. He could have invited a big blow on Blom's chances. Well, coming up after the break, Martin Grayson's got his chance to put himself back in the picture when he takes on Scott Campbell.
58.
Should really have been able to get to a 2 darter there. Scott's not thinking of that. He's thinking of getting something that nobody has found this week. Double 19.
Game shot
Biggest finish of the
leg,
week.
Scott Campbell.
Oh, where's that come from? He's not scared anything like that today.
28. Great dart. 2 in hand, a double 12. No mistake, no
Game shot on his
mercy.
sixth
And
leg,
Campbell
Scott Campbell.
sends us the distance again. It has been the week of 4-3.
Require 8.
And this could be his first point to the group, showing why he was the group favourite at the start of the day. Grayson expects in the background. And he was right in expecting, because eventually Scott Campbell gets over the line and seals his first win of the day. He beats Martin Grayson by 4 legs to 3. And so it means it's only going to be the top 4 that find themselves on 4, with the top 2 on 6 in Banks and Adams. That's how that game went. Next, Blom and Banks. Double 5.
No score.
Burst it, because there is no pressure coming back at him.
No resistance from Blom.
Thomas, you required 20.
And Banks is back at 10s and decides to bust it again. Shades of MVG versus Huybrechts at the Belgian Darts Open in 2022. Don't miss it next time.
84. Thomas, you required
Moreno's
20.
just done nothing in opposition, and
Game
eventually
shot.
Banks will get over the line.
Banks.
He beats Moreno Blom by 4 legs to 0. And Banks is on 8 points, and he is a fair way towards qualification now towards Saturday. He is going to hold the cards going into tomorrow's action. Banks a 4-0 winner against Blom. Good game for him. Bad performance from Blom. Campbell Atkins next.
People play it differently, that's why it's great.
Atkins looking at 104 to make it 2-1 and get the break of throw in hand. Finds the treble 18. And so double 16 the target. Oh, superb.
Third leg, Jame
Just when it looked like Scott Campbell getting an opening in this game, Atkins fires in the 104.
You know which route he wants. He's changed his mind. He was going to go bull, then he decided the 57. But he has got the treble 14. And he's got that as well.
Sixth leg, Scott Campbell.
Herculean effort from the Scot. And he could have left himself on 117 with a 25, which is a lot easier than 122. This shot is on. Oh, my. What are you up to, Campbell? That was diabolical.
And the match, Scott
Absolutely
Campbell.
Sensational to finish your day. And now he has got 4 points. He's just sailed up the table from bottom position to 3rd with that incredible finish. He's not only got the best finish of the day, he's got the top 2. And with his performance of Thursday, now he is very chipper about his chances of making another Saturday. Jame Atkins will be sick about that one. Last game coming up, not far away.
Simon, you require 86.
So 6 darts from here to bring it back to 3-2. It'll mean that another game has passed the 5.5 leg threshold.
Game
And we're going to get another leg
Simon Adams.
on this afternoon session, which just keeps on delivering. Leaving double 12 after 12 to get the job done. And for Simon Adams, well, he's done what he's needed to do. Get himself on 6 points means that he is going to be
Martin, you require
second in
24.
the table no matter what overnight. For this, for Martin Grayson to move on to 4 points in the group. And
Game
to keep everybody in proceedings. Well, there's a nice little appreciation between Adams and Grayson, but it's Martin who gets over the line. He wins the final game of the session by 4 legs to 2. There's a lot of love in the room. There always is when Simon Adams is at hockey. And, well, there we go. Everybody's getting in on the act. And everybody's still in with a chance of making it through Group C. Right, we're going to have a very short break. And whilst we do that, you can have a look at how you can be here on a Saturday evening. Get your phones at the ready. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where we're seeing a tight, tense Group C this afternoon. Myself and Paul Nicholson have been watching every single dart in the commentary box, and this is what we have seen. As you can see, a spate of 4-3s and 4-2s throughout the course of the session, and it's no surprise when you look at the table at the end of the day that everybody's within a few points of one another.
Yeah, it's all to play for. I think there are going to be some very disappointed dart players going back to their hotels and Airbnbs, but the fact remains, some people are going to be very happy with what they've done. You look at someone like Scott Campbell, bad start, looked in real trouble, but the ability to get himself off the canvas and put in 2 enormous finishes of 158 and 151, fair play to him. I think he's done superbly in his last 2 games.
Earlier on this afternoon, we spoke about Thomas Banks. We thought the 15-2 was way too big on him. He proved that wrong, and then some top of the table, best player of the day.
Yeah, we know what we're talking about. This young lad has been so spirited and so hard-working all week long. The thing that I couldn't get my head around was putting him 5th favourite for the group when he's the biggest 180 hitter. When you're doing that and you've got the 2 best running averages of the last 2 days, it tells me he's getting plenty of opportunities. Brushing up on his doubles and then continuing the scoring, he's done a very good job today, and he's given 2 fingers up to the old odds compilers. So I think he's going to be feeling very chipper.
Well, the top 2 are the 2 outsiders at the beginning of the day. Simon Adams second in the table, but he had to ride his luck a little bit at times. But when it came to the key points, he managed to find those moments.
I can say that Thomas being top makes sense. Simon being second makes very little sense. But when you see shots like this, he's just a grinder. He just doesn't give up. And Devin Peterson's been saying for years how South African sports people just have a great deal of heart. And I'm starting to understand what he's saying, because Adams has not played well most of this week, but has still found himself contending.
What about Scott Campbell? He went off the favourite for the group. Slow start, but there were signs towards the end that maybe things were working.
Definitely. I think his proximity around the treble 20 improved as the day went on. His first 3 games, he wouldn't have been happy with much at all. But this finish, look, it's 3-3. Atkins is on something makeable. And what a way to finish a day. That will make him feel so much better. And now that he's got the same points as Atkins and 2 other people, he's going to feel like he's going to contend tomorrow.
Right, let's have a look at the table then. Going into tomorrow's action, Thomas Banks leads the way. Simon Adams on 6. The rest of the field on 4. Who do you think overnight will be looking at possibly having the biggest work to do going into tomorrow?
It's easy to say that it's Marino Blom, but that is a position he's very familiar with. He has found himself towards the bottom of a Group C table before and qualified. So after saying yesterday that I thought he would react after not being in the top 2, I saw him react. I expect the same from him tomorrow. I think the inconsistencies will be ironed out by the fact that he will have urgency. He's got the most work to do, but I still think he can do it.
Well, we better go and grab some dinner, because we've got to do it all again tonight, haven't we?
Yeah, looking forward to it. It should be a good group tonight.
Right, I'll see you in a couple of hours. We'll see you in a couple of hours as well. Well, there was points today where this Group C was a little bit long, a little bit slow, a little bit protracted. But fear not, Scott Mitchell's here later on tonight.